This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're at the Advantage Wellness Center. I'm here with Dr. Craig Stimson. Basically, today we're going to be talking about a very complex part of our body, which is our spine. But before we do that, Doctor, I'd like to ask you, what got you involved in chiropractic and wellness?
Well, originally I was actually going to be a psychologist. I was doing all my undergraduate studies for that. And then I was having some back problems, so I actually went and saw a chiropractor. And when they explained about chiropractic to me, I thought, boy, this just makes so much sense. The fact that your body has capability to heal itself. And if we get rid of nerve interference, then it can utilize that ability to heal itself. That made so much sense. I changed my major right then and decided to become a chiropractor.
Excellent. What is it today in society that is breaking us down? I mean, is it the pollution out there? Is it the sound out there, the stress out there, or all the above?
Well, really all the above. Yeah, we know as doctors that there's three main factors that really affect our health. There's physical stress, there's chemical, and then just stress in general.
Now, let me ask you, the spine, what is it about the spine that makes it so critical for our well-being? I mean, honestly, if the spine were gone, we could probably only live a few seconds. And why is that?
Well, because our spine houses and protects our nervous system. Our nervous system controls, regulates everything in the body.
Excellent. A lot of people out there are thinking basically the spine is something that gets hurt in an auto accident, which it does. But also, what are some of the things out there that cause the spine to get out of alignment?
Well, it can be a lot of different things. It can be major trauma, like you mentioned, a car accident. It can be micro trauma, somebody that's on the computer all day long, or they're on the phone all the time, or right now we're seeing texting problems, people on their phone texting all the time, they start getting neck problems, things like that.
Interesting. What does a chiropractor do when they come in? Are we talking about manipulating the actual spine itself, the muscles around it? Explain that.
Well, initially, of course, we want to evaluate the person and see if there is stress on the nerves. There's two main parts of the nerves. One is to carry pain sensation along pain nerves, and if that's involved, then that can, of course, create pain. The other is that other nerves can control function. That means work. So other nerves control how well the body works. So if we find that there is interference on the nervous system, then what we do is a chiropractic adjustment to take the stress off the nervous system.
Interesting. So we're talking about a physical, actual manipulation that takes place. How does the emotional and chemical aspect take part in that? How does that factor in?
Well, as I mentioned before, we know that there's physical, there's chemical, and stress factors that affect our overall health. As far as the chemical, a lot of people understand that because that's anything and all that we're exposed to, things that maybe we're eating, that we're drinking, the toxicity. Boy, the World Health Organization even says we're exposed to 80,000 chemicals on a regular basis. A lot of those are toxic. And also, we may not be eating the nutrients that our body needs to heal up, rebuild, and repair. And then stress, we used to think of stress as just something that we think about psychologically, but that can be, of course, relationships, maybe a job, something like that. And we now know that that affects us on a physical basis as well.
Wonderful. And viewers, keep in mind out there that we're not talking about just defensive wellness here. We're not talking about an accident. A lot of folks think of that when they think of chiropractic. But, doctor, we're talking about preventative care as well. We're talking about keeping the spine healthy, correct?
You bet. That's the wellness approach. You know, there's basically two types of people that we help. A lot of people come in with a specific health complaint, sure. And so we address that. But then once they start seeing how great they feel, once we address the physical, the chemical, and the stress levels, a lot of times they want to keep feeling that good. So with chiropractic, it's nice. You can actually do it on a preventive and a wellness basis. A person doesn't have to have a specific ache or pain or complaint to get benefit from it.
Wonderful. Let's talk a little bit about the procedure itself. Someone out there, let's say a viewer out there has some of the symptoms. Basically, they want basically more than what the Western world is offering right now, and they basically want to do this in a healthy way. And let me ask you, what is the procedure? Do we start out always with x-rays, or how does that work?
Well, we address problems on 4 different levels at least. So what we do is we do a thorough history, and then we take and evaluate how much stress there is, if there is stress on the nervous system. And then we also check to see if the body's too toxic to be able to heal itself. If it is, then we address that. And we see to make sure that the body's getting specific nutrients it may need to heal up, rebuild, and repair. And then we also check and evaluate to see if there's specific stress going on in a person's life that may be preventing them from healing up properly.
Wonderful. Someone who has been to a chiropractor before, and let's say they're out and about traveling or what have you, are they able to do is there such a thing as a walk-in chiropractic? I mean, can a person come in and just get an adjustment when they're not by their normal chiropractor?
We do that. We get people from all around the country. Legally, we do need to do an evaluation first, so it's a little bit more involved. You have to go through, you have to know the history. That's the key, is you have to know what you can adjust and what you need to steer clear of as well.
Wonderful. I think what I love about it also is the fact that it really fits into a person's lifestyle, because the treatments themselves don't take a lot of time. They're non-invasive, and basically they should not hurt at all, correct?
That's correct. You know, we do a real light adjusting technique. We adjust brand newborn babies all the way up to the elderly.
Wonderful. Folks, if you take a look right there, the contact information for the doctor is right there on the bottom of the screen. We're also scrolling across the screen right there all of the symptoms that basically chiropractic has been found to help. And so if you see anything on the screen right there that possibly pertains to you, or if you just want to take a proactive approach on your health and wellness, give them a call, and basically they're going to sit down with you, go through an evaluation, and find out possibly if this is something they can help you with. Let me ask you, chiropractic is one aspect that you do here, but I see license on the wall. You've got other type of therapies that you offer as well. Lightly touch on those for us.
Yeah, well, with chiropractic, I'm actually certified as a sports physician as well, and I'm also certified as an acupuncturist, and I do homeopathy and a clinical nutritionist, and we also do a real unique therapy called neuro-emotional technique, and that's what we use to help people to process the stress that we were talking about before.
Wonderful. Someone out there who possibly thinks they could benefit from this type of therapy, what would you tell them basically if they're a little nervous about coming in, they've never tried it before?
That's understandable. A lot of people are a little nervous about things that they don't understand. So hopefully with this show, they understand a little bit more, but they can give us a call, and I'd be glad to talk to them at no charge on the phone to see if it sounds like it may be a fit. And if it does, then they can come on in. We can do a full consultation and evaluate. And I let them know right then, hey, either this is something that you're a good candidate for, or sorry, I don't think I can help you. Well, let's find somebody that can.
Let's find someone that can. Sounds great, folks. You've got it all right there. Once again, we're at the Advantage Wellness Center. I'm basically here with the doctor. And keep in mind, the contact information is there as well. And remember, down here, basically, they are treating the physical, the chemical, and the emotional components. And that makes all the difference. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.